Okay, let's try to make this the final video for the better contract example. Okay, so we had this issue, right, where we post and on refresh, it was getting real fucked up, everything's like undefined and whatnot. Let's just re-show that. See the dates and everything is messed up and whatnot. I already looked at it and looked to see what the problem was. Okay, but something that we're doing right on Mounted, we're doing this to get our comments and our remaining comments. Something that we can do is actually put this in a function. It'll be an async function, so we can take all the stuff whenever we want to get our comments. If we want to re-get our comments, we'll just take this stuff here and throw that in there, and then we'll just call this function called get posts. And if we're getting our posts and we know that we want to set our listener to listen for new comments based on the comment section, then we want to wait because it's asynchronous because of our get all. And we want to do this everywhere we were getting comments, like when we toggle the comments off. We just had this statement, but we just replace it with that. And when our listener goes off, right, we can just replace this with that. Something else, though, when we get our posts, you have to have an empty array in here and have to have this colon any so it doesn't reply. But because when we call this, we're just, pushing the values onto the comments and the remaining comments in this console.log. So when we come in here, we're going to want to reset these to be empty arrays when we are getting new posts. That way we're not just adding on to what was already there and just set them to empty arrays. And now that should fix that issue we were having. So is it fixed? Let's see if it can refresh without messing everything up and throwing out errors. And yeah, like those question marks I put on other things, they probably weren't actually necessary. But I mean, yeah, some like I said, sometimes it's just masking other stuff, like the main thing that's wrong. Okay, and then everything updated. It emptied the array and then redid it, and the new comments are here. Um, yeah, something about that flashing though, because we basically emptied them, and then they were all gone, and that's what everybody would see. So if a lot of people were commenting the way that this is implemented, that could be a problem. Because yeah, you would kind of just want ideally to just pop in. I'm not sure if the main one is doing that or if it's disappearing, but it's different for some other reasons. But yeah, that's something to consider. But we at least have that fixed. So, and we can test the same thing with the replies. Is reply warning? Now to do that, wait for it to update. Okay, it's there. Let's try going one more level down. Reply to reply. Make sure that that works. It's gonna get rid of this comment. E552. So on 552 lines of code. Okay, reply and reply. Okay, yeah, now the replies are working, and our times are coming in, and nothing's getting messed up like that. So yeah, I would say that that is finally working. So now we can get on with we can post, reply. We need to edit. We need to be able to delete. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the delete working. Should be pretty easy. So the common action bar, this is where the delete was actually being done. So instead of the local storage stuff, we need to call our function. So let's do that first. we'll need to pass in some extra data, but we'll get that after. Just need an example like this. We're adding a comment, but we'll be deleting a comment instead. And we'll call it delete post. Okay. We need anchor programs. Confirm transaction stiff. Okay. We're not going to have a message that we're messing with. We just also need to inject the toast. Inject the toast right into our veins. We're putting this right under the props and emits. Inject. Don't need this one anymore. I don't need to emit anything. We just need to call this. But also we need we'll need to delete the post. But we need some things, right? We're gonna need the comment section name, the post owner address. We go to a thingy for contracts. We need the comment section name, the user post count index. So I guess we don't need the. Actually, we should. We should need the address as well, because then we might need to redeploy this contract. Then I might have to jump to that, skip through that. But yeah, because in order to post a reply, you need to like grab a comment or vote or anything, right? You need the address that's associated with it because it's part of the seed, not just this. Let me make sure this is also still correct. So in delete, it's there. It's the signer because the signer has to. Oh, because it's the signer, so we don't. Because it's the signer, we don't actually have to pass it in because you can only delete your own comments. So we just get it from the person who's signing it. So that's actually good enough. We don't have to pass it in. Okay, so I think it's actually fine. Okay. But we do need the post count index, so we don't need the post owner address because you better be the owner anyway. Okay, but we do need the comment this user post count index that's on the comment, and we'll pass this into our comment action bar. Like those two of them, so need to do both of them. Okay, now just wanna also put it over here. Okay, so we need to pass this in, and then we should be good. And this is called delete. I mean, the name of the function is called delete comment, but it should have been post. Everything should have been a post in this tutorial example. I'm going to ignore it and resist the urge to change it in the sake of saving time. Okay, so I think this should be good enough. I think we should be able to mark some shit as deleted now. Shouldn't have to refresh. Let's just go ahead and refresh. So media player plyout stuff. What is this? Ion text. So I think we didn't import this on M4A pages. That's an easy fix. Too much clutter in there is bad. M4A pages. We have an ion text right here, and it's not green. So we just imported ion text, and so okay, it's not okay. It was this one. Let's just make sure it don't come back. Failed to resolve component. If this is a native, blah 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 blah. I think we should just have the media player warnings. There we go. That's less cluttery. Okay. Delete this one. Yes. Delete counter was successful. Okay, well, about the auto updating, because we're watching the comment section, right? And there's not a new comment. So the listener that's just listening to the comment section, I don't think is going to actually catch this. Because it's just listening if the post count has gone up in the comment section. If that doesn't change, there's no change to listen to. So we would have to do something different with our listeners to do that. Or, see, there we go, post deleted by using. So that works. Or, if we're listening to the comment section, we could just, which is not what I think I did in the original one, but you can imagine that if we're listening to the comment section, every comment section could have a parameter called like number post deleted. And then you could increment this number with the comment section when a post is deleted. So you would only have to listen to the comment section, which is, again, not, I'm pretty sure that's not what I did in the main version, but that's just a thought on how we would fix it. Well, I mean, I guess when I turn this on, I do want to turn in something that actually functionally works. So, and look, so if you can't vote and we can't do nothing else to it, still reply to it. But yeah, I guess we could change that just for the sake of this version so that it has something that's working and maybe people understand while it works. But there's still other ways to like you can have well, I don't know, you have listeners on the comments, which I don't think you can have. I don't think that's what I did. I think I have like an M4A chat, and then there's like the number of deleted chat accounts or something. But just for the sake of this, we will come here and add that number to the comment section. We would also have to do something about it being deleted or edited, or if the vote count changes or something. Um, yeah, I guess so. We would kind of need something for everything. So, yeah, post, delete, count. And this is just as an example. But yeah, post, delete, count, vote count. Um, we still need to do the start and fed stuff. We haven't done that at all. I don't think we even have functions in here for that. Post, start, count. And this one, we only have to listen to the comment section. Fed count. Yeah, when there's a new post and you reply, delete it. We need to edit it one, edit it count. That way something's edited, it'll update the comment list counter section if something's voted. So I think that takes care of it. We just gotta add the comment section to these other things. Edit comment section. Right. So when we post reply, when we edit, we need this comment section, which got it right there. When we delete, we need this comment section. We got it right there. When we vote, we need this comment section. Got it right there. Okay, so let's go grab one of our comment section. I don't even think we. Okay, right here, here. Okay, so when we edit, I guess, we have this here, and then comment section dot post edited count plus equal 1, basically. When there's an edit, the name it should be deleted. Post deleted count voted is post vote count or voted count. It's good enough. Let's go recheck those. I think all that should be fine. Everything, all the tests and stuff, because really we're just keeping more data. Um, Voted, deleted. See if this builds. And it drills. Which really we would want to probably delete this and do this elsewhere. But then when we delete, it should update when we edit and vote or fed. Well, we still need to do that. But yeah, then it should update. Um, yeah, we'll have to do something different for the usernames. But this built just fine. Um, and yeah, the test should run just fine. All we're doing is just keeping more data. That's all we're doing. To release, only one of these. To devote it on one of the feds. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get us set up to test if the delete will update and refresh because there's data in the comment section for it now. Okay, got all that updated now. Something to note, we could have a listener in each comment. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, they're probably more costly, but um, as far as being edited, this would only get set once as opposed to this number that gets set every time. Deleted, I mean, it would only need to get set once. But being starred, and I mean, this could change. But yeah, edited, it did something that would only be happening once. So, yeah, maybe with the votes. But yeah, that's just something to think about. There might have been some other reasons that I didn't do that in the main one, but I'm sure that I tried. But yeah, might have been some problems like that with the replies. Okay, so now that that's done, I just put in the new contracts and stuff. So we're gonna have to create a chat account. Firefox also make one. While we're waiting for that. Create the comment section. Comment. Gotta re-verify they can both post at the same time. Comment. Firefox is also green. All right, so let's try deleting and see if it refreshes and updates because it's listening to the comment section, and that would be a change in the comment section. Okay, so edge comment delete. Yeah, I don't think the main one flashes when new comments come in. I haven't ran that contract on the validator in a while, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't. There's the edge comment. Okay, and then it updates and it says delete it because it's listening to the comment section and there's something there for it. Um, and reply. So now we could get our edit to work after we just test this real quick. Moment. Yeah, maybe. Um, don't clear them, but set them equal or something. And then it wouldn't flash. I guess, since we still want to turn this in, I guess it might be a little better, in the comment section. If instead of clearing these out, we had some intermittent variables and we just set them equal to those variables. So in here, we can have const new current comments, and it can be an empty array, and we can do that with this. This will just make it a should make it a little smoother without really doing too much. Okay, so we're not gonna do this. But we'll have these. And at the end of this, we would just be, it can't be constants, right? At the end of this, we'll be setting them, so then they shouldn't flash. They should just change to something else. And this value don't need to be here. These don't have the values. Okay, we do this. I think that will actually look a little cleaner in the URI. Let's test it out real quick. Smooth there. I guess so. And maybe that's what's actually happening in the main code. And it's more like it popped on top of it, I guess, and just pushed things down. Okay. Okay. So that's an improvement. We need to do the edit now. Let's do that. The edit, I think, happens in the comment, don't it? Save edit. Yes, the save edit. So we want to call this here. Okay, so we still want to do the edit. The value equals false. We don't want to do. Okay, we don't. Yeah, none of this matters. None of this matters. Just major. Um, but I still need the actual message. Let me just make sure I get the variables out that I care about. And it's called edit comment. I think we called it right. I think so. The function name is called edit comment. Yeah, and we async function. Um, edit comment, and what edit comment takes. Comment section name, user post count index, and a message. Comment section name. Okay, user post count index, and the message, which is this edited message dot value. So it should just be this. Okay. Um, comes for by. This is post, edit post, edit post. I'm going back to the action bar. I can delete post. Oh gosh. Not very important, I know. Okay, edit post, edit post. We don't have to do this. We want to do this. And I don't think there's a, well, this is edit mode, but the edit message we wouldn't want to clear out. Okay, I think this is it. And then we can, because there's nothing else we were using. You just needed this value. It'll set is edited to true in the contract. So I think that'll do it. Let's see. Smoother, added, sale. Okay, and we're watching the edited dids in the comment section, so it should update and shouldn't blink. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now that works. Cool. So we're gonna also need to get these votes working. I just did. I'm gonna explain it now, but yeah, if you want to pause and try to get it working yourself, if you just happen to be following along this whole time in coding, see if you can get that working yourself, and then look at the solution. Sure, why not? Okay, we need to get our votes working now, so it's still using the local storage. Let's go ahead and change that. Okay, so in our vote bar here, so the vote icon stuff is fine unmounted. Async. Update vote. Why is this async already? Okay, well, this is the local storage stuff. Okay, so we would want to do at click. We call our thing. Let's just go ahead and let's see. The function is called like vote comment or something. Vote comment. So let's call it that. It is an async function to vote comment, and it will need at least up there boolean is up vote, which is boolean, which is really all we need, and then we need to call our functions and stuff. Let's just grab this as an example, and we'll have to import this stuff. Our confirmations at our anchor programs. Not sure why this is here. Solidity stuff. Why is that there? They. Okay, and we need to inject some toast. Inject all the toast. For it. And oh, it is. I usually have this at the top. Okay, it is here. Inject. Okay. Okay, there's no message at all. It's called vote comment, right? And we just need the boolean at the end, at the very least. I think we also need the post count index, don't we? Just like the common action bar did. This thing, vote bar. You don't know if it's deleted, but this, and we need to feed this into the vote bar. Vote bar here. Okay. Other vote bar here for the vertical comment and the horizontal comment. Okay. Props that for this, I think we do need um the post owner address because it's not implied that you have to right that you have to vote for yourself. So looking at that, it's comment section name, user post count index, then the post owner address. Then if it's a top vote or not. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say vote post. Vote post. Okay. Well, that should be it. We need to call this. This is the up one. So we do this with the true. And for the down one, we do this with false. Okay. House is not defined. Why? Refresh. The toast has not been injected. Okay, the organ now. The upvote is working. And for upvoting, this should be something that's actually spammable because the seeds don't matter at all. Right? We're not initializing a new account. We're just making changes to an existing one. And this number isn't being used for any seeds. Okay, so this number, so I guess it's going up, but we're not grabbing this number. We're probably grabbing it from local storage. Um, no, we should be feeding it in, right? Even from local storage. It's a prop. Uh, yeah, why was the number going up when I was clicking it? If it's okay, maybe let's so no updating vote anymore. Current votes is this up there? Okay, it's up here. It's not in votes. So votes, scenario. No current votes. You don't need this. Just the prop is fine. Um, mm, just prompts votes, votes, and I'm not sure if we get it computed. Then when this changed, and this probably should just be in a computed, so that it will actually watch when this value changes and then updates instead of unmounted. Probably it probably doesn't work there. Probably want to do okay, that is working, but uh it probably won't change then. Well, it current votes is not. I got rid of all the current votes. Okay. Well, let's see if this updates the icon or not. The number should update for sure, but not the icon. So let's do a computed instead of unmounted. Computed, right, and say vote. Yeah, we don't have to use a ref for it. So then we even need a ref then? We say equals computed, like this, same format and stuff, except for returning something. Um, like this, but we would just return these things. Return, return, return. Okay. Or we don't need this here. I think we can just do a const in front of it, but we don't have to do that value like that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And we don't need a ref. Okay. I think if you're referencing it, I think you still do with that value. I'm not sure if the computer still works that way in the TypeScript. Let's see. If it complains, I'm supposed to be using it here. Update vote. No, I guess not. Maybe not. Okay. This check icon. And this check icon was called every time. We don't have to do that anymore. It has to be more asynchronous, sort of. Okay. Oh, Okay, let's gotta go below with 30, right? Let's see if this updates the icon on its own. There we go. It updated the icon on its own and the number, so that computer works for that. Okay, now that we got the votes working, I remember that we still need to get these CEO buttons and stuff working, so let's go ahead and get those working. So, something else. I realized that in the vote comment function that I didn't have a require that you can't vote for it if it's deleted. So even though the UI is saying like this is deleted, so you can't do it in the UI, someone could still call the function, not in this UI, but somewhere else, and vote unless we explicitly require that you can't if it's deleted. So yeah, these can be very important. Um, okay, so we need something for fetching a comment and starring a comment. So let's just copy this for now. Is this? Yeah, okay. Let's work out starring the comment per star comment. Should be post, but okay, comment name, because we still need this to grab it. And the post honor is is star. Sure, is star. Good enough. Okay, we don't care. We care about authorization because only the CEO should be able to call that. So, like this one for the delete, where you have to be the post owner in order to delete or in order to edit it. Okay, so you want this one instead. Only CEO can call this function. Generic enough. And I think we have that commented out, so we'll have to do something about that. And we're gonna want required keys, and we're gonna want to put in our CEO address. We'll just put this on whatever. Sure. Yeah, initial CEO address. Put this down. I guess we're not gonna be able to pass, or I'm not even gonna go that far, but in the main contract, you can actually pass the CEO address, like pass it on or whatever, but that's too much for the story. We'll need to wrap it up. Wrap it up, skis. Okay, is equal to this. So we have to do dot key. I'm guessing probably, and this says pub key. I think that we need to import something for that, or do we not? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Anchor on core. Okay, seems fine, but where we use this, I don't think we need to do like dot. Yeah, no, we just have it here because it is we don't have to do dot key, I guess. Okay. Oh, I wonder if we even have to do that dot key then. Because I mean, whatever. I won't think about it too much. So starting the comment. So it's like called is starred, right? Oh, it's getting so long. Is starred and is fed. And this we really don't. I mean, you would set it either way. Equals is starred. That's fine. Equals is starred. Really, I guess we'd only change the message. CEO has sure has starred a post, And if not, we'd be unstarring the post. And again, this is really only for debugging when you're on the front end and reading the messages and Solana logs. And this one. Okay. None of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We do have this. We are supposed to do this, but we do the starred one, right? That way we know to update the comment section. Starred or unstarred, we're just gonna increase our unsigned integer by one. So I think that's good enough. Is star like comment? No, this has to be the signer. The signer, okay. The signer has to equal the CEO address. That's the person who's calling it. Okay. I guess we should actually work to show like calling the function with someone who's not the signer and getting the error message. I don't think we did that for delete or edit, but we can demonstrate how you would test that. Um, so yeah, I think this looks good. So we can do the same thing for the Fed, and then we can make some tests for it, and then we can do some other things. Actually, update um the address that's deploying the function and stuff to be our CEO address that we're using on the front end as well. Fed comment, Fed. I still need to make the derived accounts as well. Is Fed as unfed, Fed. I think that's it. From Fed. This don't even need to be called here at all. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think that should do it. Now we need our derived accounts, like our remote account. Don't need the chat account. We're not. We could have some stats on how many comments or posts that the chat account has starred or fed, but we're not going to bother with that for this example. We're going to keep it simple. Okay. Star comment was it? And I think this should be it. And you can have some that are the same where you call the same derived accounts. Like this is what you're using to derive the accounts that you need for the function. If they're exactly the same, you could have some that use the same one, right? If these are the same, could call this star comment inside of both of those functions, both the star function and the fed function. But I'm just gonna keep them separate for now. Fed comment, both comment, star comment, fed comment. So that looks the same. So I think that's it. Let's see. Does this build? And do we have errors? Is star 255? The star is fed. Was that it? The space here. Okay, so we're gonna have to get these things to work in our test. Why is this angry? We need to feed in the the post owner address for replying? I guess so. So the post owner address, it's just the person that's just been posting. Just throw that right on in there. Okay. Cool. So we need to, I guess let's verify that this runs. We'll have to kill our Solana test validator, make sure this is still working. And after that, we need to get our CEO address as the um, public key that we're using in our testing environment. And that'll make it easier. That way we don't have to have a different CEO address just when we're testing. That is what I was previously doing. I had a different CEO when I was testing for the one that was on the Solana side, but it'll make it a little easier if we just take care of it. And I have some stuff in here that I left that's supposed to help me do that. So we would just need, and this is inside of the file .config Solana ID.json. That's where the key pair array is that we need to replace. So are we up enough? We may not be. Because I don't see the Linux repos. I think we're in the Linux repos. We come here, we go here. Or if you need to, I think I might have already talked about this, but yeah, when you need to add a new one, you could, and if you disconnect and like before you go to the remote Explorer, you just go to Explorer and then all of the different options come up. So I guess I'll just do that. But I already have this option here. Close remote connection. And then I connect again. But I don't come here and click on these and connect. I'm just connected here at the moment. You come to the Explorer open folder, and then you can, see different folders. But we already have the base already, so we'll just connect there. And now we should see the .config. Or was it Solana? .config Solana and ID.json. And this is the thing that we need to replace. Okay, so our tests are still working, right? Or no, we're not in the right directory. CD Linux CD Linux repos CD chat. Now I create test. I don't even see my test. Let's post in the 5 ones. Need to get out of here. It's too much. Okay, so Linux repo, the chat. We got that one. We got our test up. Okay. So let's come here and take those lines. Just take all of them. Okay. And they're saying to get this key pair, we need to put in our private key. And we also need to import some stuff. Key pair in this BS58, base 58. Yeah, I'm sure this took me a little bit of research to figure out, but yeah, just making life easier. So we need our private key string. I guess I wanna leave that there. It's kind of like instructions. A little bit of it. So we have the string, private key string. I think we already have somewhere just laying around, right? So this one and this private key string. And anyone can use this public key for testing if they want to. It's totally fine. This was another one that I had growed. And I think the seed phrase for it as well. But yeah, it's totally cool. Not going to use it for nothing, but you do not give people your private key or your seed phrase. Bad to use your private to lose your private key, worse to lose your seed phrase. And just a reminder, if we want to actually get our private key, we can go in here, go into, I think, manage accounts, then click on that account, click show private key for this one, then you type in your password, and then it'll actually give you the private key that you can use. Um, okay, this. So now if we run this, and I guess we can go over what the problem would be. It doesn't look like it's printing anything. Oh, I printed nothing. Probably why. So we can print that, and I guess we can go ahead and try calling our CEO functions and see that we get an error. We'll get an error, be like, oh, you're not the CEO. You can't call this. And that is the problem. I suppose. Really doesn't matter, but before we edit it, we're gonna go ahead and guess we gotta, well, it's kind of like upvoting and downvoting, gotta star and unstar. I guess we'll do it before we edit it. So, yeah, this one, unstar post, and then star the post, star, star, and our assertion is not I mean, it's just a boolean. So it would be like one of these, like is edited, is starred, is it? Yeah, I can look. Is starred, Is starred, so this would be false here. Here would be true. Yeah, all we gotta do is make sure we're calling it, but it should be called the same. And then we do the same thing with fed, different function, but we should get errors. That it's not the CEO who's calling it. What did I do? Probably just, yeah, tiny. Is fed. Okay, so now let's try calling this. See if we get those errors. And yeah, delete, post, edits, deletes, replies. So we're doing the vote right after we post, votes, stars, feds, edits, deletes, and replies to comment. Good enough. Okay. Yeah, we see anchored throne, blah, 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 not post owner, error. This post isn't yours. That's not the right error. Um, okay, let me go look at that real quick. I mean, it should just be, star and stuff. So, okay, that's not the right one. That's why. But I can show you guys that I didn't take it out. Show you guys the difference. Not CEO for Fed, not CEO for Star. You see how this says left? This was this is the CEO public key that we want, and this is the one that's actually in control, that deploys and is the authority on the contract and stuff. And we just need to change that in this file. But you see, like, we use the require keys equal. That's what causes this to show us these two. But if we didn't, if we use the other one that just says what is it, just require with the exclamation point. So let's do that for starting the comment. Should really only have it seems like it just fails there and stops, but now we run it, it won't show us is this not right? Authorization error not see out. No rules expected. Oh, okay. Because we wouldn't have the comma anymore. We will require that these are equal. Because it's a comparison, it's not two values going in. That's what's wrong. Now we run it, and we'll have to undo that as well. So now we get the URL, only the CEO can call this function, but it doesn't show us the public keys that didn't match, basically. So it shows us a little bit more information if we use the other one. So we'll go back and do require keys equal. So now when it fails, it'll show this message, but also show the keys left and right. Okay. So now that we actually have this thing, we can go copy it into our file. And I think you can actually leave it like this. I don't think it has to be one line. So yeah, we did that, but I think there's other stuff that we also have to do. Um, we'll need to delete the target folder, run cargo clean, the cargo clean command, Solana airdrop. And then I have to airdrop 100 to that public key string, and then it should work. And after that, I think after you do that, then you never have to airdrop anymore to this ID anymore, to this private public key anymore. I think it'll just automatically happen with things that you do, at least for this one wallet. So we got that in there. Deleting the target. Cargo plane says remove 0 files. Do I actually have to? It should already have money, actually. Pretty sure I already gave Brave some money. Let me just try building the point. Build. Build not found. Anchor builds. Oh my god. Well, this is going to take a while because I deleted the target. I'll see if I have money to deploy. I should. But I guess we'll wait until after that. Okay, just tried deploying it, but didn't have the task validator running, and got my logs running as well, so trying again. Okay, there was a problem. So I guess maybe so. Maybe I am broke. It seems like Solana airdrop. Okay, so now I have money to deploy. Or maybe I hadn't already given him money again. Down now. Okay, so now when we do this and we run it, we shouldn't get the CEO address error. And now we have our CEO address in our function. When we want to use it and compare it to anything. Also on this anchor file. Then we can build really want to run anger tests. So I'm gonna have to kill this and now anger test. Or maybe I should have deployed it. Well, I mean, this runs the test validator. It still deploys it. And there we go. So the other functions work and we didn't get any errors. So that means that they're working properly and we just need to get our front end set up to work so that we can fed and start stuff, or the CEO can fed and start stuff. The Brave browser. That's the CEO. Okay. Yeah. So false and true, all that works just fine. So run the validator again. Make sure we actually deploy it. Actually get it deployed and replaced, and then we can just jump right into it. Solana log streaming. Okay. Should that should have deployed it again already when we ran anchor tests actually, but we had already built it again and already replaced them. We just need our new IDL file. That's in here. Replace this one. Replace this one. Okay. Now let's go see what we got going on over here. There's no comments. Not ranked. Okay, create an attack account. You do Edge create a chat account. Oh, jeez. Create comment section. Could be initialize. I think it's initialize on the main, but this is enough. Oh gosh. I mean, doing your own comments with some brave comment. Edge comment. Okay, we need our controls to work. And that is just in the comment, right? It's just in the comment, or we would call these functions. So, or we call our functions at the O. So you have star and fed. We just need to do something very similar. Very similar. We're already feeding in a boolean, but I think we also need the post owner address as well. So it's kind of more like the vote bar. Probably just take that out and it's just the same. But we also need the post owner address. So now go to the comment, starring the comment. This should just be the same. Then we have a star flag, star post, star post. This should be the same, like this. Fed flag, and we fed post, fed post. Okay. Alright. Let's see if this works. Agent here. Looks like it. And we're already listening for it in the comment section, so Edge and other people should see it when it happens. Why is there an upvote? Oh, I'm not calling the right function. Uh, fed comment, star comment. Okay. I think there's something else, and that we also need to, because we don't want to be able to set the flag to the same state as well. I think that causes problems when you click too fast, but let's try this again. Okay, hopefully calling the right functions this time, not votes. Firefox see those. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that's working, but I think that there is a potential problem when you do it too fast. Let's say I call this and I call it again. Let's see what happens. Really, it should be still starred, but it's not still starred. um, I mean, yeah. And actually, like, what is even? It's just basically they call star comment. If it is starred, if what came in is starred, basically, then it's false. If not, it's true. I mean, did it actually have a problem, or did it actually unmark itself? So I do this twice. Does it stay unmarked, or it just doesn't? I do this twice. Does it unmark and then mark? I'm guessing no. Let's see. So yeah, it just doesn't do the second thing because we called it too quickly. So if you wanted to have something to make it, more stable, I guess that's when you would need the no that unmarked, and it's supposed to mark itself again. I'm just not doing. So yeah, no, yeah. If you want to make it more stable, you would have to have those flags set. But it is working, and everybody can see it. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it, except for the usernames. I'm not even sure if I'm going to cover the username since there's just so much other stuff to do, and I just really need to, with all the fucking world kind of falling apart. I just feel like you don't want to rush things, but it just seems like it's more hope is needed at the moment. Okay, so just made a quick fix for that smoothness issue. We're just having, another check that says you can't set the flag to the same state, which we had already used before, but yeah, it basically says that they can't be equal when it's called, doing this for start and also fed. And we also did this for setting the username flag, which which I don't think we're even going to get into right now, right? And we're able to just build and deploy and upgrade the contract, right? Because this is an upgradable contract, which we won't have in the main version, which pretty important to note that Martin Phi uses upgradable contract, as so does Pancake Swap and Aave and all of these major guys, but I would like to change that and set an industry standard or something for that. But yeah, so now, no, not this guy. And we come here and we try to call this, and if we try to call it again too soon, it won't work because it would be setting it to the same value and not like a new value. It just needs to finalize and actually update enough confirmations and stuff. So now, if we call it now, then it should appear when this is done. But we get the error message letting us know that it's not, that we're preventing it from doing it again until it's quickly. Lock. Error message can't set flag to the same state. Yeah, and there it is. So that kind of fixes that. So I think that will do it for this. I mean, I'll still go through a contract walkthrough, but as far as everything else in the UI and stuff, probably gonna have to do some of that later, depending on what people want. But yeah, no, this is man been quite something. So, not to mention, you probably notice there's no fees or anything in any of these contracts. I still need to actually figure that out and actually hook up the site to Marginfly, which is pretty much the last thing. I mean, it's very generalized, but like the last two pieces that I need aside from, buying the domain and getting the website up. But yeah, again, yeah, we'll probably need to just, make some follow-up videos to cover all that stuff, again, depending on what people want. So that'll do it for now. So I'll see you in the next video.